This is in direct contradiction to what the New York Times reported in 1961. Scientists agree world is colder. An assembly of specialists from several continents seems to have reached unanimous agreement. It is getting colder. Unanimous agreement sounds pretty much like a consensus to me. In 1975, the National Center for Atmospheric Research generated a very similar graph, showed warming from 1880 to 1940 and a sharp cooling to 1970, in which all of the prior warming was lost. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration said at the time that the global cooling was indisputable. It was reported that glaciers were growing in Norway for the first time in 200 years. And in 1978, the New York Times reported, International team of specialists finds no end in sight to the 30-year cooling trend.
In fact, it's a quite new discovery for us that the Earth can turn so cold so fast. The problem is, would that happen again to us right now? Or could we accidentally provoke such a catastrophe?
Unless we learn otherwise, it will be prudent to suppose that the next ice age could begin to bite at any time.
In the 1970s, there was a big scare about global cooling. Climate experts were worried that we might be headed towards a new global ice age. Time magazine reported in 1974 that, quote, the atmosphere has been growing gradually cooler for the past 3 decades. The trend shows no indication of reversing. And Newsweek warned ominously that the cooling trend could lead to a drastic decline in food production, resulting in widespread starvation.
According to Old Norse folklore, a summer that isn't summer at all, when the snow fails to melt, will signal the end of the world. Well, the new discoveries suggest that this myth is substantially correct.
This boy has lived here on a wheat farm in the state of Washington.
In 1977, the worst winter in a century struck the United States. Arctic cold gripped the Midwest for weeks on end. Great blizzards paralyzed cities of the Northeast. One desperate night in Buffalo, 8 people froze to death in marooned cars. Buffalo winter might become common all over the United States. Climate experts believe the next ice age is on its way. According to recent evidence, it could come sooner than anyone had expected. At weather stations in the far north, temperatures have been dropping for 30 years. Seacoasts long free of summer ice are now blocked year-round. According to some climatologists, within a lifetime, we might be living in the next ice age.